Okay, hello, good evening, and welcome to the rescheduled show tonight at 10 p.m. rather than 8 p.m. because I had to go on a live stream webinar that was live that I needed to see right at the time that this one was. So that was a bit of a annoying. But anyway, never mind. So let's get this underway. Let's do that. And there we go, because this is a super, I don't know how many times I should say super really, but super exciting show today. So this is our art of eco art framework. Let's get the name of the thing right. About being a successful musician, creative, chef, whatever, in the new digital era. So we've gone through all sorts of stuff in the past episodes. They'll all be in the paid vault now. If you didn't see them, you need to go and pay and get them, because this is the plan. So this is the most seminal show today. Last week we kind of talked about the assets you need to do this, but now we're going to talk about today about the most important thing, which is actually doing it. Now to do it, the best way to plan it really is to have your end game, okay, with a particular time, and then we have basically where you are today. So this is nothing new. You've seen this a million thousand times in various places and various guises and everything. But basically where you are today. But this is the best way to do it. This is the best way to do it. So that's why we're doing it this way. But we're going to fill in the gaps, I hope. I hope that's what we're going to do. Let me just do that. Right. Let's put an arrowhead on that because it seems a bit lonely. I don't know where the arrowhead is actually. Never mind, I won't put an arrowhead on it. Oh, actually, it's got one. It says I can't see it. Hang on. I thought I made that bigger. Obviously, I didn't. Okay, so this is the plan. But how do we make this a reality? So basically, there are going to basically be different phases or levels, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it phases because I prefer that, but you might prefer to call it levels. Or if you're super markety, you might call it funnels. But basically, there's basically going to be these phases. There's going to be phase 1. I won't bother listing them all. And there'll be phase 2. Okay, and then as I say, I'm not going to list them all. But there'll be phase 3, etc. Okay, now it's up to you. What these phases are and what the objectives of these phases are. So I'm just going to talk about my campaign for my music career. Typically there would be, or phase 1 would be, a kind of indoctrination. Which we might also call branding, and we might also call fan base. Okay, and that's probably the way to do it. You should probably do it that way. Okay, you should probably do it that way. I'm not going to do it that way because I'm an arrogant person, and I haven't got time to wait to do that, to be honest. And I don't need to, or my feeling is that I don't need to. So you should probably make phase 1 just that, where you're basically giving people for free to list build. That's basically the plan, if you like. Free stuff to list build. Okay. And there's multiple ways of doing that, but ultimately it needs to be email. So I mean, you can use messengers and stuff if you want in between. you can use groups or forums, in between that, or fan pages, groups, forums, whatever you want, to do. SMS would be a great one to do, if you can do that. But ultimately it's email. Okay, your ultimate goal absolutely is to get them on email, because that's your ultimate push mechanism. Money on demand, or fans on demand, whatever you want to call it, is email. So and you can use the content plan that we talked about, and all the different formats and variations, all the variations that we talked about 2 weeks ago. And also something important I can say then, variations and feedback and interaction. Okay, so don't underestimate that I'll get over there. I don't underestimate that aspect of it. So there we go. Variations. Okay, but so particularly fan involvement, right? However you can do that, it's super important, because as we said in the other shows, it's all about user generated content, UGC, and basically the fans are part of the show. Okay, so that's why the user interaction is super important. But so you can give this stuff away for free, and the basic philosophy is that it doesn't matter if you give it away for free, because if they really like it, they're still going to want to own the physical thing. They're going to want to own the extra bit, the extra access, the behind the scenes, whatever else you can give them, just the set, the bundle, the collector's edition, whatever you want, and you can do your clothes basically on that. Okay, and what I'm going to show you in a minute, you can basically do in the same kind of sorry, I shouldn't bring the microphone, in the same schedule. Okay, I've forgotten something there. Exclusives. Okay, so so if you want to go the softly route, you can, but I mean, in my eyes, that's just because you're not confident about your music. But arguably, it's a better way to go. So if you've got the time, then probably do that. But it's up to you how long you might want to take to do that. So I'm doing phase one would probably be, or could be. This is just a guide. Okay, it's not a rule. There's no there's no law here. But phase one could probably be 7 weeks, something like that. So if you want to do a 7-week giveaway to build up your fan base, something like that, then by all means do that. Okay, I'm going to jump straight to phase two, which is going to be a 16-week campaign. So it's longer, but the result is there from day one. It's built in from day one. Okay, and we won't worry about phase three, because we need to get past these two first. So so what is the, I'll just do this one actually, if I'll do it, I'll do both. Okay, so if you're doing the the phase one, which is coming out of nowhere, okay, nobody knows you, you've got your music, but that's basically it. And for phase one, our end game is basically primarily exposure, which means freebies, absolutely email list, okay, and ideally the clothes where they're actually going to buy the collection that you've largely given to them for free. Maybe not everything, but largely for free. Okay, and as we said, this might be over 7 weeks. Okay, so I'm not going to take you through that one because I don't want to do it. But what we're going to do, you can do the same principle. Okay, but that would be the phase 1 version. That's a bad choice. There we go. I'm just a bit lazy and duplicate that one again. Right, so this is for phase 2, which is where I want to start. And as I say, this is a 16-week plan. Okay, and the absolute goal of this is the email. Obviously I want exposure, but it is absolutely the email list, but primarily is to create them. It's not to sell a CD. Okay, that's the interesting thing. It's to make them a paying fan. Okay, a paying fan. That's my goal with my phase 2. Okay, the idea of selling a CD or a set of CDs is kind of out the window, as we've highlighted through the other 6 shows or whatever we're at now. So it's to convert them into paying fans. So it's not just about selling a one-off song or a one-off CD or anything one-off. Okay, so it's not a one-off sell CD or anything else like that. Okay, so the whole funnel, for want of a better word, to call this, is about creating paying fans. Okay, that's what it's about. It's not about selling CDs. It's about creating selling fans, and that's a very important distinction, because we have to know the objective in order to pull it off, basically. So I'm using my new lapel mic, so I'm not having to hold an 8-pound microphone, so it makes using the keyboard a bit easier. It's been slow. There we go. So that's that's my objective. Okay, so it's a bit unusual, but it's very important that you understand that in my case that's what I'm doing. And also it's kind of a justification as to why I'm not doing the warm-up thing, because it's not about warm-up. I am basically I'm not actually I will put this in the thing. So this is just my personal thing. Okay, whether you do it this way exactly or not is up to you, but my reasoning here is I'm not apologizing for my music. I'm not a commodity. I'm not looking for one-off CD or single sales, and in the same light, I don't care a brass monkeys about iTunes or Spotify or anything like that unless they fit into my campaign. Okay, I'm not here to make iTunes and Spotify rich. I'm here to make me rich. This is my music business. This is what I'm doing. It's for me. Okay, so I'm not doing a conventional thing where I'm trying to sell a bunch of CDs, or to get to be popular on a platform that I can't control, who can shove me off and any moment. I'm absolutely not interested in that whatsoever. Okay, so as I say, I'm very arrogant really about this. So but this is my goal. So this is why I'm doing it this way, and this is why it takes 16 weeks. Okay, so great. Right. So how do we do this? How do we make this real? Because the whole thing about today is to make this real. Okay, so what I have to do, obviously this is going to depend on the music being good. Okay, there's no way around that really. Well, as we said in our show, good enough for the 800 people that I need. Okay, that I quote unquote need. Okay, because that's what I'm after. I'm after 800 people who pay, $100 or $200 a year. Okay, that's all I'm after. Okay, let's just get the maths easier for the show. Let's say that I want 1,000 people. It was actually 800 when I worked it out before, wasn't it? But anyway, so $200 per annum. Now again, that may not all be in one lump. Okay, so it's not that I'm just going to come straight out and say give me $200 for the year. It will be. In fact, it will be. There's no doubt about it. It will be staged. Okay, or in other words, there'll be a sequence of things to buy. It'll be like an OTO, one-time offer kind of thing. But the basic thing is that the lifetime value, per annum, is 200. Okay, so unless my maths is completely off because I'm doing it live, that's 200,000. Okay, dollars per annum, which is a six-figure business. Okay, which is not a bad start. Okay, and that's not my that's not my end game. That's my first target. Okay, that's my first target. So there we are. So I'm very happy to sell more than that. I'd love to make it around $250,000 would be great. I have no objection to making it 4 million. Okay, it's not, and also don't think that that's pie in the sky. Okay, because we did the figures in one of the other shows, and this is basically all it is. It's only 1,000 true. I don't know if we want to even call them true fans, but 1,000 fans, paying fans. I'll just call them paying fans. It only takes 1,000 paying fans to get to 200,000. Okay. And whatever it is to get to 250,000. Can't do that in my head right now. So what do I need to do in 16 weeks to do that? So actually, I'm just going to write it out because it's going to be too hard like that, I think, because I don't know what I'm going to say until I have written it out on the list. So I'll do the list first, and then you can imagine it being more illustrated in circles and stuff, and I will do that at some point because it really just helps to visualize the list. The list doesn't feel real, okay, whereas the circles do feel real because they're like actual stepping stones that we can take. Okay, so the first thing I need this to be where are the numbered lists gone now? Oh, they're probably under here now. There we are. So when I close it up to show more, it hides some of the features for where they normally are. Okay, so the first thing is that I do need exposure, and I do need basically that's it. I basically need exposure, and basically, I need a lead magnet. Okay, so that's a marketing phrase, lead magnet. Okay, it's not a musician thing. So turning that into a musician thing, what I need is, to create some hype. I don't mean that in a negative way. And I need, a teaser product. To get people, into my pipeline, into my, funnel. And I can do that in two ways. I'll probably actually, to be honest, I'll probably use both. Okay, because everything kind of happens in parallel, and honestly, everything happens. Okay, it doesn't have to happen at once or at the same time, or even in any particular order. It's just you'll probably end up doing everything, and we might just accept that, from now. So, the obvious one that I could do would be, to use event marketing to basically put on, an e-gig, if I could do it. And there probably needs to be a twist in that, in that, a bit like the live monkeys, whatever they were called. There has to be some sort of twist that would make people really want to, come to that. Okay, so yours will be different to mine, so there's not much huge point me going into what I think mine will be. But there is a twist. Okay, it's not just I'm putting on a live gig. I'm being very bullish and confident and celebrity about this. Okay, or something very novel. Okay, there has to be a twist. Okay, for this to work. So the simpler thing to do is to release a series, and we talked about the series last week or the week before, which is basically a kind of behind the scenes, but we probably start with the end studio product as a snippet, so they get to hear this phenomenal thing. Okay. And then we work backwards to show them basically how it was made. Okay, and plus they get more of it, and they can get more like it. In other words, other songs. Okay, so what I'm doing there is I'm hooking them into the album. I'm saying if you like this, and I'm only giving them a snippet, then I'm saying you need to pay attention and you need to come along to this. And when you come along to this, I'm going to give you this, this, and this. Okay, generally it works well if it's a 1, 2, 3. And when they do that, we tease them to the next event. Okay, I'm calling it an event. And we do the same again. So we rinse and repeat. Okay, and that's basically it. Really. Now that may or may not seem super hard. Obviously the thing that's confusing at the moment is to fill in these blanks, okay? But that's basically all it is. Now if you look at what I've done here, or not done here, you'll see basically that I've used a lot of words, but actually what I've said is actually release release part of one song in pieces, in stages. Okay, that's actually all I've done. As an artist, that's all I've done. It's one song, and I'm just milking it to death, basically. And I'm teasing people, and I'm saying, do you like this? Is this important to you? If it's important to you, you can get the rest of it by doing what I say. Okay, and then we supplement that, and we keep the momentum and the pressure going by, doing release 2 in exactly the same way. Okay, so that the process is exactly the same. Okay, and it's still only one song. So it's one song in pieces, in stages. Okay, rinse and repeat again. Okay, now, as we've said in in the other last week or the week before that, or whatever it was, this is no longer just about music. Okay, what we're actually doing is we're selling emotions, or a story. It's probably an easier, nicer way to look at it. But we're selling the story, and it's all about emotions. Okay, it's 100% about emotions. So it's not just about music. It never really was, and it definitely isn't now. That's the thing. So it is one song, in pieces, in stages, and then I've got another one, and then I've probably got another one, and then we can, get to the thing. I'm going to show you the crunch in a minute. Okay. Crunch, which is paying plans. Okay. So we're selling emotions. So how else can we, sell these emotions? to create, this hype, and I should call it buzz really, because hype doesn't sound real, but anyway, to create this buzz or excitement, okay, because it's just another word for excitement. It's not, we're not doing anything weird here. We're just creating, excitement and expectation mainly. That's the big expectation. It's like sex. It's about the tease more than the 2 seconds of fulfillment. So I really shouldn't do analogies. Anyway, so it's about building excitement. That's all I mean by hype and buzz. Okay, there's nothing sinister in there. But how do we do this? Where does this come from? Well, this is going to come from every mechanism that we possibly have, to do this. It could be stems, it could be events like, live streams where we just share the things. It could be, hang on. Oh no, I've done that right. Share, the story or the, behind the scenes. Okay, it could be interviews. Now these could be interviews that you create yourself. You just need to get somebody to talk to you, basically. It doesn't matter if they're a celebrity or not. It's just, somebody asking you questions, and obviously you can, pre-write the questions. And you can also invite people to do this. It's also about running polls and not survey, quizzes. That's the word I'm looking for. Particularly quizzes about what they like or which way they think you should go. Okay, so basically, you give them options. They vote in the quiz. Is that, I don't know what we enter the quiz. Well, that's really vote. Okay. They vote, and the reason we want that is because then they're involved. Okay, and then as we said, number one rule, UGC, user records, the audience are part of the show. Okay. Their voting becomes part of the product. Okay, so we want their images and bios and their favourite things and anything about them. Okay, we want to know and share everything about them as well. It's not just about us and our music. Our music is the catalyst for emotions. Okay, we're telling a story, and they're part of this story. And if they like your music, it's because your music means something to them. Well, what the hell is it? Tell us, and let's use that in the campaign. Let's share them, the audience. The audience is part of the product. Okay, that's the number one, rule here. This is the mantra. This is what's going to make it, exceptional and fly. Okay. Anything else we can do, like stems, which are just like multi-track things where they can remix it, or maybe they can, send in ideas or lyrics or beats or remixes or effects or anything at all. And also, remember this could also happen visually, for the video or the game if there is one, or any other software thing. Okay, it's exciting, isn't it? I don't know. I think my headings are relevant anymore. But anyway, I just have a heading up there. Of course, I've run out of room, so let me just lift that up a bit. Right. So yeah. So I mean, that's basically it. It's getting exciting, isn't it? It's in 10 minutes or whatever we are. 30 minutes. Okay, I've blabbered on for ages again. It's getting exciting. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Oh, I think it means I'm recording. Okay, sorry, I've never noticed that for the little red dot on my OBS Studio. I've never noticed it. I think it means I'm recording. Hopefully it means I'm still live. Hopefully. Let's just see. Yeah, something's happening. Look. Excellent. Okay. This is monitoring the thing back is very difficult. I should probably just have a little laptop or something, or even a tablet set up so I can actually see the thing coming back. Anyway, but just not let things get in the way. That's in an ideal world I do that. I haven't done it, so it's taken me 3 days to plug my lavalier mic in and not hold this 9-pound microphone in my hand, and so getting a laptop set up to feedback the show is not going to be that quick. Anyway, but so sorry to get back to the point. So so just to recap, all we're doing is we have a song, the asset that you've been creating, so far, and we release part of it in pieces, in stages. Okay, and then we have another one to back it up. And doing that, we create this buzz or hyper excitement, raise the expectations, to get them to play along, basically. Okay, and all this time this is happening, we will basically, am I going to put it there? I'm going to put it there. We're going to invite them to play along, ultimately with an email. But again, I'm not negating any devices at all, any means at our disposal. I mean, we're kind of at war. We want to use every device at our disposal. So SMS, web push, messenger bots on Facebook, fan pages, groups, anything at all that we can. Get them into communities like Snapchat and I can always forget the others, but any of those kind of things. Any place where they can interact with you, okay? Get them to do it. If you can get them to interact with you in any place at all, get them to do it. It just doesn't have to be about, it needs to be more than Facebook likes. Certainly, definitely way more than that. More than Facebook comments, and even more than Facebook shares. Okay, that's minuscule to what we're trying to achieve here. Okay, that's not going to fly. So we need to invite them to whatever we can, get them to participate, and do it. And obviously, a major part of that is going to be our HQ, our website, which I think I spoke about in the last week in the assets in the infrastructure show. I think I did. I need to check. I don't know what I've said and what I haven't now. But we want a central place, where people can interact with us and get all our news. And that's our own website. And it has to be our own website because we need control of this thing. It's no good it being a bio on YouTube or Spotify or whatever, or our iTunes page or any crap like that. It needs to be our website. We need to own it. Okay? Because this is a business. We're running this as a business, a music business or creative, whatever it is, business. So we have to have, this, major infrastructure thing. And the main purpose of that really, is going to be to list build, i.e., get the emails out of them. Okay, plus all the other things. Okay. Facebook comments, likes and shares, not enough anymore. Okay, that's what all the commodity people are doing. We need to go above that. So all we've done is taken the song, split it into pieces and stages, and we've got another one, second to come. But we're selling emotions, and how else can we do that? Well, basically, we're going to use, to sum it up, for want of a better word, we're going to use visual devices. I mean, that sounds a bit high end, but I don't mean, I just mean use images and stuff. Okay, there's no big technical thing here. Okay, this is just photos. So use a photo that you've got. That's what I'm saying. Okay, but we use everything at our disposal. Okay, everything at our disposal. And our images and our stories and our books and our lyrics and our tab sheets and whatever else we've got, are part of that. Okay. Anyway, so we create this stuff and we're sharing this stuff, and all the time we're getting UGC on it. Okay, that's number one thing that needs to go on here is the UGC. So whatever we're sharing, we want. How do I emphasize this? We want interaction. Okay, not just. How can I explain this? I use a funny shape. There we go. Okay, it's not just about not just liking. I mean, sharing's good and stuff, but not just liking and commenting. We really want interaction. We actually want to know. We don't want them to say that's very nice or I like it a lot. We actually want them to be part of the product. Okay, we want their story to be part of our story, and when we put them into us, then it becomes irresistible because it's about them. Okay, and that's why it's important. So it's in game terms, we would have done this with with the Hall of Fame. Okay, and even in modern Kickstarter fundraisers, they have a backers list. Okay, so none of this is new. Okay, but it's all coming together under the new digital era, and we're going to use every device that we have to make this happen. Okay, but we want interaction. Okay, actually interaction. We want to know what they actually think and feel. Okay, share what they think and feel, not just clap. Like a seal. And like and comment. Nice dear or anything like that. We actually want them to actually be a part of it. And this is the caliber of audience we're looking for. Okay, we're not looking for the average, brain dead punter or average cokehead punter or anything like that. We want people who can intellectualize with our music or whatever other fancy word I could come up with. But intellectualize was what I had at that moment. That's the quality of the fans that we're looking for. Okay, because they're going to be the true fans. Okay, but I don't want to use the expression 1,000 true fans because that's the wrong. It's the wrong kind of model. It's the wrong kind of thinking. We don't want them to just be, 1,000 true fans. We actually want them to be part of, the thing that we're doing. Okay, so in fact, a better way, to explain this, which I should have thought of before, is we're building a tribe. Okay. We're actually genuinely building a tribe. It's just that the tribe happen to be people who like your music. Okay, that's the kind of the, I don't know how to put this. The sun god of the tribe is your music. Even if you're a rapper, and you get other rappers submitting their stuff in your community, that's great. It's your community. Okay? That's the point. They're paying to be in your community. The main sun god of the community is, your music, but that doesn't mean that it's the only thing that has to be there. The fundamental, absolute, number one rule is we want the UGC. We want them to be a part of the tribe and of what you're doing. We want them to be a part of what you're doing. So let me just put that in because it's probably important. We want them to be a part of what you're doing. Okay? We don't want them to be a deadhead fan. Okay? So we don't want passive fans, okay, who clap. We want, tribe members. Okay, because your music stands for something. It stands for an emotion, and anybody who likes, feeds, or kneels, or those emotions help them to live, a better, happier, more productive life. To deal with love and loss and whatever. That's what we're talking about. We're taking it to the level of like a book author who really resonates with their audience. And another inappropriately timed sneeze. Anyway. Oh dear. Right. So that's basically it. So I've gone on probably too long. So I'm going to stop there, I think. But next time we need to talk about, the crunch now, what the stage after this is, because we've got them excited and involved and turning up, and they're on our list, and they want more. And they're interacting with us, and we're feeding their interaction back into them to make it, irresistible. Okay, we're basically creating. I need another circle. Okay, this is right at the end of the show. I've come up with the most important thing of the whole night. So we want, we're building, this interactive feedback loop. Okay. Most important thing I've said all evening, and I said it right at the end. Anyway, there we go. That's what's going on. I'll just take that out because I need the room. Okay, this yellow thing is, the most important thing. It's the takeaway of the whole evening. But the most important conceptual thing I've said is this one here, which is building an interactive feedback loop. Okay, that's what the tribe is. Okay, that's what the tribe is, because it's a tribe, and everybody in the tribe matters. Okay, that's the bottom line. Okay, we got stars. That's kind of like a star. Let's make it red. Okay, so, or orange even, something like that. Yeah, so that's these are the two. That's the big takeaway, and then this is the most important thing I've said. Okay, and then the actual mechanism to do it is that. Okay, so as an artist, there's nothing new to learn here. It's the same song you would have already done. It's just you're releasing the stages of it, and you're releasing it, in your own special way. We used to rely on record companies to do this for us. Now we're doing it. So in the same way that they would, stage it and release it and hype it and get you interviews and do photo shoots and create other, materials for it and stuff. We are now the record company, so we have to do that for ourselves. But now we're also being smarter marketers, and we've got this new digital medium to sell it in, that's what we're doing. And the underlying thing about this is, I wish I could get things to fit. Anyway, there we are. We were just doing it in this particular smart way. So next time I'm going to tell you how we convert all of that excitement and action and tribe building into cash. Okay, basically, how do we do this? Tribe into cash. Okay, that's what we'll do next week. And also brilliantly, of course, I haven't actually shown you the schedule of these 16 weeks. But we had to define what we actually needed to do. So we need to, decide how many songs we actually need to have, and what the end, thing is that they're going to pay for. And then when we've got that, then we can break it up into the 16 weeks, which that's 8. Oh no, we just have 2 of those. I think I've got 116 in there. Have I? Maybe I haven't. Oh no, maybe I have. Yeah. So there's our 16 weeks. Brilliant. So there we are. So I'll see you next time. Bye for now. But that's the takeaway. Get with the program. Talk to you then. Bye for now. Bye bye.